The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2.
Takes it at the 7.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now Locke going to run a little touch pass here to his wideout.
And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Lock. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Again, it's Lock. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Lock going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
On 1st down, Bonds. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw. Bonds.
The pass caught by Olave.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Play action. Bonds. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
So big turn of events there. They had him sacked on 3rd down, but the hand to the face going to give him new life.
And when it comes to protecting quarterbacks, partners, you well know, these officials are not going to hesitate if they see a tug on the mask. Heck, if they see a hand up near the mask, the flag's going to come out.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Baker. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. To throw on 2nd down. Bonds.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
Touchdown, Carolina! Gabriel Davis, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So Miami coming out for their second drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Those big ends don't really care what the play call is. Big pass, RPO, handoff, whatever. Their job, get behind the line of scrimmage every play and run down whoever has the ball. Mission accomplished there.
Throwing on second and long. Locke steps away to his left. Incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. Caught right side. Davis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Bonds. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They give Ingram up the middle. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. To throw on 2nd down. Bonds. Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. T.J. Watt, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had much to the end zone the last time out.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bonds. Forced out to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he returns this to the 22. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Lock. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lock.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Throwing on first down is Lock. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. On second down now, Crosby. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Given 12 yards there, the Dolphins have a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction, but was able to trap the ball in another.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Here's Locke to throw.
Going right back to Fant.
On 2nd down, Crosby. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Locke. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They were 3-point winners a week ago. They lead by 3 here as well as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling.
On for the point after Corey Vedvik.
And that makes it 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Well, in the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on third down, Bonds. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one taken in by Olave. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Off the play fake. Bonds. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Well, this might very well have been 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They get a nice throw there on 3rd down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
They'll run on first down. It's Baker, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Up the middle, Ingram. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Looking to throw. Bonds. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
On first down, Baker. He'll take it inside the 25. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Bonds. And his pass incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And his kick here is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Dolphins offense returning to the field. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a give right side.
Crosby, he takes this for 3 to the 29.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw it is Locke. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Draw play. Here's the fullback. It's Juszczyk. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Throwing on first down. Bonds. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, Bonds. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Locke. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Taken from about the 12. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. The Florida State product, Cam Akers, with a touchdown run. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Javonte Williams, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Joe Burrow, terrific in the air with over 400 passing yards there. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. From the gun on third down, Bonds. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, Bonds. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. Now a handoff to Ingram. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ingram again. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So it looked like a good opening drive to start this third quarter, but ultimately it's going to be an unfruitful one as they give it away on the fumble.
Yeah, the way they were moving it, you figured they were in good position to take the lead, but they sure picked a bad time to be lackadaisical with the football. They wound up giving it away.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Locke now to throw.
finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Throwing to start the drive. Bonds. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Darius Slay with a pick. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the turnover, here's Locke. Looking middle, and that's complete. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
A 6-yard pickup.
Now a toss here, Moss running to the left.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Locke. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And this one is right through. And that'll make this a 7-point game.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. On 1st down, Bonds. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Back to throw again.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking to throw. Bonds. His pass caught at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 2 now. 2nd and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Ingram. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Locke going to throw. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down. Bonds. And that will be incomplete. So on trots the field goal unit. And wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shotgun snap to Locke. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll run on 1st down. Crosby. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 2nd down now. Crosby. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Locke to throw. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Panthers coming out now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Up the middle they go. Baker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Bonds. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On 2nd down, it's Baker. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is Ingram. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for
it. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Bonds. Open man is Chase. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room.
Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Vedvik now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. His scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. To throw on third down, Bonds. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Baker. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. On second down now, it's Baker. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. On third down, Bonds. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami set to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
From the gun on third down, Locke. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Locke's throw into the hands of Fant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On second down, Crosby. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On second down now, Crosby. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Crosby. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Up the middle they go. Crosby. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Another carry here for the fullback, Juszczyk. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
There's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So now the Panthers down by 11, a little over a minute and a half remaining. They need a touchdown with a 2-point conversion and a field goal in either order as they've got it 1st down. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Looking to speed things up here with some tempo. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Back to throw. Bonds eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught.
So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. They'll look to throw. And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game.
Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Dolphins, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.